In today's episode of Well Done, we're talking about mung beans. Now, what are mung beans? These are these small greenish brownish lentils that come from Ayurveda. But because it's an episode of Well Done, we're going to take a more modern look at mung beans. And we're actually going to feature a product called Moong Pani or Mug Pani. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Arti. I'm an embodiment coach and wellness educator, and I love sharing things that come from our ancient practices, but with more of a modern lens. So, what better to do that with than with our humble lentil mug? Now, what is Moong Pani? Now, I'm not talking about the product yet. I'm talking about what is mug pani or mug pani according to Indian traditions, according to Ayurveda. Now, mung pani is when you take lentils, you boil them in sufficient water, but you keep the excess water. Now, that excess water has a lot of nutrients in it. It has a lot of the not just the nutrients from the mung itself, but from the added spices that are added to make this more digestible. So maybe there's cumin in it, ginger in it, garlic in it, black pepper, all of these things as well. Now, mung pani is used. Ooh, I'm getting a bit burpy. Sorry about that. Mung pani is used for a variety of things. When you are unwell in Ayurveda, this is the first thing that is served to you. You aren't given a heavy meal because your Agni, your digestive fire, is low. Giving you heavy foods, even though you're unwell and you need energy, doesn't work because your body doesn't have the ability to digest it. But it can digest that liquid form, the liquid nutrients. So that's why this is given in Ayurveda. It's given to people who are sick. It's also given to young children as well. It's also used in Ayurvedic cleanses. When I did my Ayurvedic Panchakarma in Kerala, I was given Moong Pani after one of my cleanses because it was the lightest thing for my body to digest. Now, let's talk about this product Moong Pani, which is really exciting. I'm so excited to talk about it. Not only is it Canadian owned, women owned, South Asian owned, it is clean, it is Ayurvedic, and it is simple and nourishing. I feel like you don't find these combinations very often, so that's why I'm so excited to share this with you. Here I have a few of their products lined up, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about them. So, this is one of their packages. It's called Moong Pani. That's the name of the brand. This is called the sipping broth. Now, the way to think about this is, yeah, it's like a broth. When you think about bone broth, this is like a vegan version of it, but coming from Ayurveda. Now, it the way it's prepared, it is prepared by sprouting mung beans, dehydrating them, and then there are other spices mixed in, and that creates the different flavor profiles that exist. Now, the spices that are added are not just for the flavor profile, but also to help with your digestion and the digestibility of the lentils. In Ayurveda, it talks about the combination of different spices, different tastes together, not just for the sort of the taste on the output, but it's actually to help you internally to digest it. So these have been made into these really lovely powders. If you read the ingredients, there are no preservatives, there's no salt, there's no MSG, there's no nasties. There's actually not even any oil or anything in this, which makes this like rather exciting. Now, how can you consume mukbani? Well, you can simply add some of this powder to a cup and then add some water, hot water to it and drink it like a hot broth. You can also prepare it in other ways. You can make it into a soup by adding, pasta and carrots and all of that. I suggest doing it all in one pot, not boiling the pasta separately, because the starch from the pasta thickens up the sauce and it gets so ooey and gooey. You can also make this into a gravy. I actually just had it last night where I took the garlic version, which is this purple packet, and added a little bit of cornstarch and hot water and mixed it together, allowed it to boil together, and it literally became like a vegan gravy. If you've ever been to Europe and have had that curry sauce on fries, that's exactly what it tasted like, and it was delicious. Not only delicious, but also guilt-free, right? Like there's no like random oils in it, and you know you're having lentils, so it's just helping you digest. The other ways you can have it are you can get creative, you can add this as sort of like a spice mix on top of other things. I think the more creative you get with it is where it can be fun. But the sort of primary function of it is to have it as this warm drink. Now, how can you have this as a warm drink? Like, what are the ways in which you can have it? Well, you can have it, for example, if you need a pick me up, if you're feeling unwell, especially if you're sick. And, if you live alone, if you're single, or if you don't have so much support, when you're sick, you don't have the energy to cook. And imagine just being able to put a tablespoon in a cup, add some hot water, and have a nourishing meal. So that's one way of having it. It's also great when you just need a little bit of a pick me up, or you've just had a workout and you need some electrolytes. This is a great way to get your electrolytes. It's also a little bit of protein in here too, which is amazing. You can also have this when you're traveling. When I used to travel, when I worked in consulting, the first thing I would do when I would come back is literally make a pot of mug and rice, because after eating all that food from outside, whether it was work travel or personal travel, even though it was like exciting food, at the end of the day, you just want something to settle your stomach. So imagine having this when you're traveling. You can also take this when you're out and about. Maybe you're just out and about for the day and you need something in between to carry you through. You can just get a cup of hot water from, I don't know, Tim Hortons, and then mix this in and have a really nourishing drink. If you're hiking, if you're camping, this is excellent, easy to use as well. If you have like an elderly loved one who's maybe in hospital or in a care home, or someone who is recovering from something, this can be so nourishing because you get all the benefits of a mug of mung beans in such a simple, easy way. And if you aren't able to swallow, then this can be something that can really easily go down. Now, I know a bunch of people are going to say, well, especially Indian people are going to say, well, I can just make mug at home, or I can just make mung pani at home. Yeah, you can, sure. But that's not the point. The point is having something that's convenient and available for those times when you aren't going to do that, right? When you are traveling, when you are on the road, when you need something for someone in need. So it's not going to replace mug and rice. Like, I don't want it to replace mug and rice. I absolutely love it. Um, that said, they do have some other products that are so they don't just sell this mug body sipping broth. They also have a kitchri, and they also have a dar version where it's made with those same sprouted moon beans, and then rice that's been dehydrated with all the spices. So maybe you are somewhere where you need a quick meal, but instead of making mac and cheese, you could make mug in 7 minutes. And I will show you this one. I have this one spelled down. This is I mean, it's called dal stew, but it's literally like mug that you can just add water and spend 7 minutes boiling, and this will make about 3 servings. So it's not meant, in my mind, it's not meant to replace our traditional home cooking, but it's meant to be a supplement in cases when we need that little extra boost. Now, I Now, I want to talk to you about the different flavors because they're so, so good. Um, I have four here. There are six flavors that are available. So I'll tell you a little bit about their flavor profile. This one is ginger. It's nice and warm. I like this one when I've made it into a soup with pasta and vegetables. And I add a little bit of ghee as well to make the spices and the nutrients more bioavailable. So that's how I like to consume this. You can have it as a drink. All of them you can have as a drink, but this is sort of like warm and gingery. This minty one, if you are familiar with the concept of pani puri, then it kind of has like a pani puri vibe. It's like a little bit minty, but not like peppermint. It's a bit like lighter, a bit lighter in flavor. And in fact, this is what I have here, which is the mint one, but I also mixed in a little bit of the spicy one. So this spicy one is very good as well. This is the only one that is spicy. I personally can't have it on its own because it's too spicy. But what I do is I mix it. So I mix it with another one so that it lightens the spice, but the flavor profile is really tasty. It's kind of like rasam, if you know, it's sort of which is like a South Indian tomato tamarind sour sort of sour flavor. So this is the chili one. There is also garlic. Garlic is super, super tasty. This has, yes, it has that garlic flavor, black pepper flavor, more of a like rounded flavor, I think. This one to me is the closest to tasting like having, your mom's mug is what this one tastes like to me. And this is the one that I made into the vegan gravy for the fries, which was really tasty. Now, the two other flavors that I don't have here, but I have tried are the lemon. It's called like soothing lemon. That one is very nice. It's very mild. It has the least spices in it. It's the most like light flavor profile. The way I like to use that one is to mix it with the spicy one is how I like to have it. Um, but it is very light. That's the way I would describe that one. So if someone doesn't like too many flavors and like too like complicated flavors, I would go with that one. And then the herb and garlic, I think it's like herb and garlic or Italian herbs. That one is really nice too. That also comes in like a lightish blue packaging. That, yes, tastes like mug, but then also has like hints of like oregano and rosemary. And it's light. Like to me, I think that one would make a really good soup if you added pasta and vegetables. Like that would be really delicious for that. Also, as well, just to drink. Okay, so now you've learned a little bit about Moong Pani. You've learned a little bit about some of their products. How do you order this? Where do you find this? So this can be found in specialty health stores. I believe it can be found in Healthy Planet, but it's also available direct on their website, which is moongpani.com. Now, if it's the first time you're ordering, there are some healthy discounts on there. So you can order several and then try a bunch of different flavors, as well as some of their other products out as well. If you use my code 5ARDI, I'll put it in the caption as well, you can stack that on top of their existing discounts and get up to 20% off. And I encourage you to try this. If you're interested in this, I would suggest ordering a few different flavors, trying some for yourself, maybe gifting a few to some family members or friends, and really seeing if this is something that you can bring into your life if it suits your lifestyle. But it's something that I have found so much, it's funny, I want to say joy in. Truthfully, I found so much joy in it because it's so exciting to find a fast food that is healthy, that is tasty, that is based on Ayurveda, that can be used in so many different ways that actually can benefit people. I've heard so many stories of people taking Moong and literally healing themselves from a cold or helping themselves with illness. I personally have had that experience myself where I've been working 12, 13-hour days, really, really long days. And this is what has kept me going, has given me the energy. Instead of going to caffeine, instead of going somewhere else, when you're rushing around, you don't have time to make a meal. And I've been able to eat something nourishing. So that's why I'm excited about it. I really love the ethos behind this brand. And that's why I'm genuinely presenting it to you. So, with that, I am gonna go finish my cup of Moong Pani, which has been waiting for me during this video. So I will see you in the next video. See you.